Am I the a-hole for not wanting to break up my engagement with my fiancée that happens to be my stepsister? Apologies for the throwaway, but giving the title, I hope everyone can understand why we want to stay anonymous. Don't care if you believe me. The title is correct. I, 28M, have been in a relationship with my now fiancée, 27F, for the last 5 years and now engaged for a couple of weeks. She also just so happens to be my stepsister as well. Our parents wants us to break it off and break up because they think it's weird. The problem with this is I have known my fiancée for more than 8 years now, and the only reason why we are step-sibling is because her father and my mother started to date 3 years back after we introduced them to each other and got married last year. My mother and her father were single when we introduced them to each other at her 23rd birthday party, and we never thought a relationship will happen between them because they are worlds apart. Introducing the parents are just one of those things that comes with being in a relationship, was our thoughts. Neither my father nor her mother are alive. We found out about them dating 7 months into their relationship, and yes, it was weird as hell, but decided to stay out of it because their relationship had nothing to do with us, and they seemed happy. Everything was going sort of okay, but we did keep our distance from them, as the situation was still weird for us. They also left us alone, but that all stopped after their wedding. Everything started with weird comments from them here and there, and my mother all of a sudden started talking to me about this pretty girl she works with, or the new girl at the grocery store, wanting to introduce me. Her father basically did the same, but in a more subtle way, talking about not getting married young, traveling, enjoying life, all that shit. We found this strange, and multiple times we asked them to stop. Everything escalated after I proposed, and they were pissed to say the least when we told them. They got visibly angry, yelling at us and asking what will people think, are we trying to make them look bad, we are siblings, the joke of us dating has gone on long enough, and it's time we break up because we are no longer allowed to date each other, because we became a family after they married. They actually demanded that we call off the engagement and break up because they are tired of how awkward we made them feel, and having to hear people talking behind their back that we are disgusting. My fiancé was actually in tears at this point. I told them to go f themselves, as we did nothing wrong, and if anyone was disgusted, it was them, because who goes out then marries their child's partner's parent? If they want to see disgust, they should look into a mirror. Things almost got physical between my fiancé's father and me, but my fiancé came between us and just asked if we could leave. I was pissed. I don't think I have ever been that angry. Now call me childish, disgusting, pig, or the a-hole, whatever, but I know I'm a D, and with how pissed I was, I wanted to get one last jab in before leaving their house. Just before I walked out the door, I yelled, "Don't worry about us, just know I will enjoy f***ing my sister tonight." She was pissed at that comments and told me in the car that was unnecessary, but the next morning, after all the emotions wasn't so high, she actually laughed at it, but still told me that was unnecessary. I kind of agree with her. Our phones have been going crazy with all the calls and texts telling us they refuse to support us and will cut us off if we decide to continue on dating, and a bunch of other things I don't think is allowed on here. Me and my fiancé are on the same page. We will not be breaking up or calling off anything, and if that means we do some cutting off, we are happy to do so. I know it looks bad looking in from the outside, as we are technically step-sibling, and I don't want to sound like a 9-year-old, but we dated first. What if we were already married? Will they then demand that we divorced? She agreed with me posting, but under a throwaway, to ask for judgment, because this whole situation and their demands are complete shit in my opinion. We'll give additional information if needed depending on what is asked. Am I the a-hole? Edit. If and when her parents show up again, which they will, I'm working on a couple of more jabs. If you have any, please share. Petty as f over here.